Guys, what is up? We're live in the DC Digital Newsroom. How's it going, Raisa?
I'm a little sick.
She's a little under the weather, but I wanted to make sure she came over because we have some awesome coverage of a really cool event that we went to in Southwest DC, another digital art display.
We've been talking about it all week.
Oh my gosh, we have.
It was beautiful, enchanting, mesmerizing, breathtaking. There is not one good word to describe how amazing this show was.
It's hard to put in one.
We put together an awesome video.
We did. I'll show it.
I can't wait for you guys to see this video that Molly worked super hard.
Oh my gosh, we both did.
Really
we got a ton of footage at the, like I said, the display. We went for media night, which was really cool to be a part of, to see all these other journalists and bloggers and digital media people who are passionate about their craft be there and support these two independent, really artists and museum sort of runners, the founders.
And we got to chat with one of them, or moreover, the interpretation, because the French filmmaker Thomas just solely spoke French, and luckily we had one of Molly's really good friends there who was able to translate. And we got to get into his head a little bit, so that was awesome.
I will say it was fun to kind of commingle with other journalists and other people who love the digital world, because that's what we're all about. We're trying to curate the best content for Instagram, for Twitter, for all of our platforms, and that's what we're trying to bring you today. So, with that being said, we're going to play out the video. But you can see first, this is a little bit of a bustling Friday newsroom. We're hanging out here on a Friday, and usually it's pretty quiet in the middle of the day, but we got some action going on. They're kind of refurbishing the weather center over there. We got, hopefully our IT guy will pop by. We'll talk a little more sports and some stuff going into the weekend. I got Rice to talk about the art, but we also want to hear from you, so don't forget to chat with us in the live chat. It's on the right hand of your screen, and if you are a regular, I know some of you regularly pop up and watch our stream, join in on the conversation, let us know what's up today so we can just have another chat.
Yeah, what's popping,
It's a gorgeous Friday, and it really is a gorgeous Friday, guys. Check out this live look of the White House. I keep doing this because it's just so pretty. The fall colors that we finally have.
I wish you could show before and after pictures, because they're getting darker from the last time that I saw. Well, you know, transition into the reds and oranges. And
really good point. It is getting darker, and also, if we show you a live look at the Capitol Dome, the light is kind of odd. There it is. There's kind of some shadowing going on. I think it's just how the clouds are. So you can't really see the trees in that one.
But it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Majestic DC.
I know, it's gorgeous. I will say it's hard being indoors for the majority of our time that we work to bring you guys content, but because I love the outdoors and it's so nice in the fall. But at least we have these pictures. We always have a live look in the White House. So, all right, without further ado, should we show the video?
I think we should show them the video.
Okay, let me get it queued up here. You guys are going to like it. We're going to play it out.
You're going to love it, not like it.
We're going to play it out. Make sure I queue it up right. Okay. And we'll have more of this type of thing because we want to cover these places more often.
Absolutely.
And that's what we do. I think we have a couple other things in our pipeline, right? We're going to be going to a few.
We do have other cool events coming up, which we will give you guys a little bit more details on as they progress. But as of right now, this was our big baby for the week, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It totally was our big project.
And let us know what you think. One word to sum up the video once it's done playing out.
All right.
Mine's is mesmerizing. What is yours?
We were trying to think of that because we were like, we're going to post it on certain platforms and we need some verbiage to describe it.
So what's yours? Mine's
is mesmerizing, which is a great word for the type of thing. I was going to say ethereal, kind of like out there in that. There's a lot of those words you can really pin to this. Obviously colorful. This is sort of the world of this exhibit. It's called Kingdom of Colors. It only runs 2 weeks.
I know, so short for their exhibits, because Artechouse usually pans out for about a month and some change when they transition to different shows, but this one really short, and then we get into
Christmas season.
December?
We got to surprise you guys,
yes.
so we're not going to tell you what the theme is, but we did get not a sneak peek, but a sneak sort of description of what it's going to be.
Oh, and it blew my mind.
I know, I'm pumped.
Yeah,
I love. Plus, who doesn't love the Christmas season? Getting all festive.
Yeah.
All right, without further ado, guys, here's the video we worked hard on. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay, Molly, yay.
All right, so that was our video, guys. Let us know what you think.
Drop.
Mouse
so good.
Dude, no, I'm really glad. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll play it out again because it's a cool kind of filler piece to make it vibrant on the stream and not just stream what we usually stream.
Yeah. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, did you think that captured what we kind of saw there? I mean, it was that mesmerizing, as you said.
Yes.
Full 270-degree wall of this video.
Yeah, I think we captured it as best as we could, but guys, it is not the same as being there in person. It's the feelings and the emotions which was the whole purpose of this art exhibition, to just kind of tap into how you feel when you look at this art. What I may feel may differ from what Molly feels, and I think that is the beauty of all art. What I see and what you see is completely different, and as that saying goes, you know, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. There you go. So it was amazing. It was beautiful.
That's a great
and I
description.
just can't. I can't. I love it. I've probably looked at that video like 5 times already, and she literally just made it.
I put it together this morning, but we had like Rice and I both shared getting that content. We got the footage together on our smartphones, put it together, made sure it was high resolution video. We've got a lot of stills as well, but these videos work better with boomerangs and video clips.
Yeah.
So a couple cool stats about this cool project, guys, and we have it all in the article that we wrote for the web.
Yeah.
But it's a 270-degree wall of this 15-minute loop of video put together by a filmmaker and artist. Oil Hack is the artist, and then, like you said, Thomas Blanchard, who is from Lyon, France, and he was the filmmaker who was already sort of on the map. You might recognize some of those colors from the Apple iPhone X commercials. That's where that type of, or this sort of vision, that look, and the oil and the painting and the dropping and everything in the water looking thing, the liquid, all of that was in that commercial, which I remember.
Is amazing. So question, because I'm trying to remember how the commercial looks like. So were they dropping paint and water?
I want to say it's more of that.
Or maybe like a dummy phone. I'm sure it was like a dummy phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't remember exactly. Were they like ruining a phone for it?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly about the paint dropping and like the, and what it exactly was. We could look it back up on the web.
But it's just amazing how they can literally take 3 things that you can find at home: colored paint, grapeseed oil, and soap, and capture it to make this. I just think it's
Yep.
amazing. And you look at it and you're like, oh, I can do this. But did you do it is the question. No. And they were able to do it, and it was amazing. It makes me want to go home and kind of like experiment.
And I will say we put music obviously to our little video, but also in that room, it was accompanied by its own very ambient music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Super chill.
To pair up with it.
It just flows. I feel like music, when you combine that with this kind of art, it needs to sync. And they swayed romantically together. It was beautiful.
Yeah, well, that is our art. We'll have to play that out again because people are kind of in and out of the stream. But as you know, this is sort of our midday live stream. We're going to be kind of jumping around to live sources, anything that's breaking. Veterans Day is tomorrow. So today is actually Veterans Day observed. I believe some people even are observing it today and are off, I think.
I believe so, which explains why the roads were kind of empty this morning, because I was like, why is there no traffic in DC on Friday? Because there generally is, and you just made it click. Makes
I just made it click. I was literally like, oh, people go out of town early on a Friday, maybe they're taking a Friday off.
Yeah, telecommuters. You know, a lot of the government has that ability to do
that they
so
were
that makes
taking
sense.
off.
Okay.
And now I realize it. But we did put together, Rights at Work tried to put together a list of freebie deals for Veterans Day.
Yeah, so we have that out on Facebook, on Twitter. Literally just Google Veterans Day deals.
FOX5DC on our website.
And you will find it. There is a ton of restaurants that are saying thank you by giving away free meals, and if not, like really, really good deals. Basically free 99. So check it out.
I love that phrase.
I love that phrase, free 99.
How do you like that Taylor?
And Taylor Swift's album is out. Kyle just reminded me of that. She dropped it last night. It is not available for stream, only for download. So basically that means you can't just go to Spotify and like look for it.
Wait, but she's the Tidal, so I'm sure if I
maybe
log
it will
it's
be
probably on Tidal, guys.
Oh.
Because I have Tidal, because I know she's like a big part, like affiliated with that one.
Okay.
So I'll double peek that.
Yeah. And getting a question, when they're going to be flyover in Santa Maria, California, I don't know. I wonder if Mike commented on that beforehand. So we're doing this thing where Mike Thomas, our weather guy, does a little hit before the news sort of segment, and he's going to be talking about weather for about a half hour every morning at 11, and then I'm going to jump in and just cover what we cover. But I'm actually not sure about that question. But we were just talking about Taylor Swift. I know we're transitioning really fast. So that means she's probably on that, but she's not on Spotify.
Probably on Tidal, because I think her albums like reach out to different outlets a little bit later, but with Tidal it has to be a for sure thing. So I'm going to double check on that.
Okay. People are buzzing about it in the newsroom because that's the news today, guys, that she dropped. Well, she did her whole thing, her marketing thing, where she dropped one here and there. She Instagrammed about it, leaked it, that's the word. At midnight, you know, I remember she Instagrammed like, oh, in a few minutes, like when she dropped, when she leaked her second one or whatever. Yeah. All well and good, like that's their way of doing it, but
for sure.
But I don't know, I'm more interested in like the end result and like seeing what I like, and yeah, people are talking about it.
So question, is she going to release an actual CD?
Thought so.
That is
what is the world of what they do now though, because things are trending so much on that, in the way of everything's digital.
Right. I know artists still, you know, produce their CDs and you know, so I can pop in a CD player. But when I think back, there is Kanye West, for example, when he dropped his album last year, it was literally just digital form. He did not waste time in actually making a physical album. So I think a lot of people follow different paths, but I know with like 2017 trickling into 2018, I would not purchase a CD, but I do have applications that I pay for that I can listen to music because I don't know, it's just easier.
Yeah,
convenience.
We've seen people in our age frame have seen such a progression of like that world, right? Like even as little kids, my parents had records, and then we would go into like we learned all about the other things, and then of course DVDs, CDs, tapes first. Yeah. I mean, we've seen the progression so much, and now I know we were in that era, right? And then everything digital, and so now we're in that like in between of our artists even giving them out.
Buy CDs? My parents still do. I know my mom still asks for CDs.
They still have CD players like in some places, like some cars and stuff. Yeah. I don't know if they do. That's a really good question.
My mom always likes the hard copy.
Yeah, no, that's true. And that might always be a trend. People aren't going to want to give that up.
I know some people who still collect vinyl records. I think
so
Justin,
true. That's a thing. Justin here.
Our producer, he loves vinyls, so he'll go out and search for, you know, old school vinyls.
Oh, he totally does. I know. I literally just heard Kyle, our assistant news director, say, "Oh, did you hear Taylor Swift?" So that's why I brought it up. But it is something that's on people's minds today. That kind of came out today. And then, of course, I think the big thing is really Veterans Day is tomorrow. So we've been doing a lot of coverage and stories on just heartwarming stories about veterans, bringing to light sort of the plight of some veterans and what they're going through now. We have a really cool package from Bob Barnard that ran this morning. I'm going to play that out for you guys and hopefully talk to him as well to get his take on what it was like doing that story. But we get these tips and we hear from people that are former Marines and that have these stories that are that should be out there, that people should know about.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's beautiful. And I was having a conversation with our news director, Paul McGonigal, about movies, and Dunkirk. It came up in our conversation, and I told him how much more of a deeper appreciation I have for our troops. That is one of the most heart-wrenching, beautifully put films that I have seen this year. I think Kevin McCarthy probably feels the same. He's like, Dunkirk is like #1.
Every single, I think that was his #1 movie of the year. And we'll see as we come up on Oscar nominations and whatnot, what he ends up picking. He'll do a whole thing on it.
Yeah, he always does.
But he was so into it. And I remember we booked tickets early to make sure we had like a Friday night slot for that hot week that it came out. And then we both saw it. We were both blown away.
Yeah, I was completely blown away. So yeah.
But you're right, how those movies really illuminate, I mean, artistically, right, illuminate a story that can relate to that and that can give us an appreciation for veterans.
Exactly, because we'll never know, but like it makes you kind of feel like you were in it, you were in the minds and the hearts of these troops out there. So we love all you guys.
Yeah, isn't that neat? Yeah. And being in DC, we're going to wait for it. I don't have any feeds coming in now, but I was hoping to get a feed of the reading of the names by the Vietnam Memorial. That's always a thing they do. It's ongoing. They just started in the rain on the cold night a couple nights ago, and they're going to go through Veterans Day. That's a tradition, I believe, and so if we can get a live stream of that, we'll put that up.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's clear with the reading of the names, and then any other coverage on Capitol Hill or anything for the veterans that comes up that we just don't know about, because sometimes there's some stuff that's coming in live that we just haven't had a heads up about, so we keep our eye on that for you guys to stay in the loop of what's happening. So anything you're working on specifically now, Rice, or you're kind of breaking news?
Just taking it as it comes, as they say. So we'll see what lands its way into my lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for having me. So I'm a little sick.
I know. Thanks for joining me, because I really wanted her to talk about specifically the display that we went to. Yeah, because she was there with me and we took it together. And you took that cool rose boomerang.
It was an amazing time.
It was fun.
It was so fun. And thank you for to the staff of Artechouse. Seriously, you guys are always super humbling.
Oh yeah, they're amazing,
welcoming, and amazing. Just amazing. Because I feel like it's also the people that make that experience even more memorable, and they are a big factor in that. So.
All right, well, the only thing I have in the pipeline, I'm going to see if I can find Bob, because I really want to talk about his amazing package of for Veterans Day. And then for now, I'm just going to flash it to a police pursuit in Oklahoma City, which is the only thing I have coming in right now. So we'll check it out. Police are apparently in pursuit of a pickup truck in OKC. So viewer discretion is advised, guys. Let's go over there.
That's right, Alex, and that's probably a very good idea for people that maybe don't think of why aren't they stopping him, why aren't they doing this. Well, you know, he's already shown kind of erratic behavior here, so the last thing they want to do is push him and make him do something else or cause another accident here. So they're letting everyone, that's the best thing to do. Well, it looks like we got two black and whites rolling up behind him now, right now, coming up on Southeast 4th, coming up to the service road of I-35 here. Okay, so we're back on Southeast 4th. We're going to continue westbound on Southeast 4th. And I believe that next road's, that service road, that next road, is that Telephone Road? I'm not sure. Yeah, Telephone Road. Okay, he's not, okay. He just went through the stop sign there without yielding or stopping. And that is now Telephone Road from Southeast 4th here in Moore. If this pursuit continues southbound on Telephone Road, that's going to pass behind the Warren Theater and that area in the hospital to give everybody kind of a landmark of exactly where this is. And it looks like, okay, he's going to go westbound on, what are we looking at, Ben? I kind of got sun in my face there. Southwest 4th. So now we're on Southwest 4th from Telephone Road, west of I-35 going westbound. And Alex, we have 2 black and whites up behind him again. We got a third one back behind this. Is that more police officers being, or is that Oklahoma City? Okay, there we got more police officers in pursuit now, Alex. So Moore appears to have taken over this pursuit here, as it is in the city proper of Moore here as we go on Southwest 4th from I-35 and Telephone Road here. So let's see, we got coming up here, we got an intersection coming up. He's kind of slowing down again. He's blowing through the lights. Oh, okay. Okay, he made a right turn there on that road. That is Markwell Avenue. Now he's going to make a U and come back and try to come back to Southwest 4th. Okay, now he's back on Southwest 4th, coming westbound. And we're coming up to another major intersection here. That is going to be Santa Fe. Now we're going to go southbound on Santa Fe. Santa Fe from Southwest 4th here in Moore. Southbound in pursuit, more police in pursuit of this stolen vehicle that Oklahoma City police officers terminated. And now more police has picked it up with Air 1 still in the vicinity shadowing this pickup here. So we're southbound on Santa Fe from Southwest 4th. So Alex, we'll just keep running here. You see a great thing about Street Scope is that names the streets off as he passes them, so we know exactly where this subject is at any time, and if police officers need help, we can radio exactly where that vehicle is and what street it passes at any given time here. And also we can show them tell them the speed if they're not sure how fast this person is traveling down this road. We have the ability to shadow that truck and pull up that speedometer so people can see it at home to tell you exactly how fast that pickup is going here. So again, he's not too erratic right now, Alex, but he is still southbound Santa Fe coming up to a major intersection here. So we'll see what happens here. And I'm going to toss it back to you, Alex. I'm going to have to make a radio call. And Oak City approach, we're still southbound on Santa Fe here. Do you want me to stay with you, or you would like me to go too? Well, never mind. He turned westbound here, headed back towards westbound from Santa Fe, south of the airport. News 9, Roger. Well, nope, Air 1 is right here. He's just north of me now. So now you see this person has taken off across the field again. Let's see, Orr Family Farms. He's just south of Orr Family Farms right now. People are familiar with that. That's on Western. He is just south of Orr Family Farms, kind of shadowing. Here he's made a eastbound turn here in the field. So this is the opportunity here for these police officers. If they need to stop him, they could probably go up and do something here. But he's coming north in the field now through the heavy brush. Now there's a big chain link fence at the end of this road here, at the end of this field here. So he's kind of boxed himself in unless he plans on going through this heavy chain link fence, because it goes around on the north side and on the west side. So the only way out is he needs to go back southbound towards the road there, which is exactly what he's doing. And there's a little he's going to squeeze. There's a little gap there. There was a gate there, so he squeezed through that gate. And like I said, this is all taking place just on the south. I believe that's Orr Family Farms property right there also that he's on right now. So it's just south of Orr Family Farms here as we come up. You're looking at Southwest 149th. That should be Western at the intersection there, depending on which way he goes. Oh, there's another chain link fence. Okay, okay. What are they going to do here? I'm not sure. So, no, he's not going to yield for him. He's not going to stop for him. So, they're going to, okay, he's going to go back northbound in his field along that chain link fence here. Boy, this person does not want to be caught, Alex, whatsoever. I mean, this pursuit's been going on for a while, and we've been on roads, highway, dirt roads, gravel roads, fields, plowed fields, went through fences, everything here. And now this is on the south side of Orr Family Farms, getting on these little road here, and you'll see as we pull back wide, here, you're going to see Orr Family Farms right there on your left-hand side of the screen as we move up here. So there's the Orr Family Farm Complex. He's probably going to come back on this road here. Well, now that even goes deeper into Orr Family Farms, which is not a good thing, but it don't appear that there's any people at Orr Family Farms today. Well, right now I just see the two. There was a third one in that field. He's still in the field down there. So another pickup is approaching the exit right there. Okay, it looks like he's going to try to block. Well, no, he's going to get out of the way, which is a smart move because, well, now he's just going to skip the road. He's just going to take the grass and get back over to Western here. So I don't know if his plan here is, Alex, is just for everybody else to run out of gas or whatever. He hopes they run out of gas or something happens and he can get away or what here. But this has been quite the pursuit here. And like I said, it hadn't really, except for the time on I-35 coming northbound around Southeast 82nd where he almost caused that accident, it really hasn't gotten too crazy. He's moved into the opposite lane of traffic a couple of times on side roads, but as far as just getting really crazy, it hadn't. Of course, he's blown through stop signs and stop lights, but not at a really high speed. He's kept it at a very manageable speed here as he goes southbound along Western here. And we come back to street scope here. We'll see what road he's getting ready to pass. It looks like Western Avenue. He's going to come up to Southwest 154th and Stepping Stone Court right there. Now he's picked up a little speed. And for people just joining us again, this is a stolen pickup that started out in Oklahoma City pursuing it. It has now ended up in more police is in that pursuit now when Oklahoma City terminated the pursuit. I'm looking to see if Air One is still here, still shadowing that stolen pickup. So Air One is still with us, even though Oklahoma City grounds terminated the pursuit. Air One has decided to stay with this pickup. Well, now I believe, okay, now I've seen the more black and whites have now backed off, and I don't know if they may have terminated the pursuit, Alex. But they have definitely turned around. They have stopped and turned around. So it appears that Moore has terminated his pursuit. He is now on Southwest 164th Street, which is good because, I mean, he's getting out here where traffic is very, very light and there's really not too much congestion here. So we're just going to see what happens here, Alex. This has been quite a pursuit here, and like I said, you can see how fast it's going. It's not really the person is not really going very fast. So it looks like we'll be coming up to Pennsylvania Avenue. Well, he's going to turn into this. He's going to turn into this neighborhood here. That's Coldfire Road. Coldfire Road, Drywater Drive. He's going to come up out here. He is stopped. So, okay, he's got out of the pickup. I guess he decided to get the toolbox out of the back of the pickup. It was just making too much noise for him, I guess. I guess he figures if he can get as much stuff out of this pickup that he can, the charges will be less here, Alex, because he's not stealing all the tools and everything that's with it. That's the only thing I can think of. But he is taking the toolbox, out of the back of this pickup. He is talking on the cell phone, Alex. He's been talking on the cell phone for a while, so I don't know who he's talking to or what's actually going on here. No black and whites, and he's right there at the dead end road of this. Now, who is flying up here on him right here? Okay, he's blocked him in, but that really doesn't mean anything because he's been getting out. Okay, what's happening here? That may have been somebody he's been in I don't know. Okay, he's shooting the tires. Shots, appears shots were fired at the tires. Okay, appears shots were fired. So that must have been an undercover police officer or somebody. I'm not quite sure. But he shot at the tires, it looked like. That's not confirmed. That's just what I couldn't see it. But he did point the gun at the tires and fire. It looks like, okay, now he's going to go Southwest 164th. We're trying to see if the tire is still staying up. Okay. Okay, he's stopping. Well, he slowed down. Now we got a police officer right up in front. We got a police officer right up the road, Ben. He may be getting ready to throw stop sticks. We'll see what happens here. Oh, he missed him. Yeah, I knew that was. There's another officer at this intersection. Two officers at this intersection. Boy, okay, what road we on now, Ben? Let's see. Pennsylvania Avenue. We are now northbound on Pennsylvania Avenue. So we are, okay, I'm still good on airspace here. So now we're back in pursuit of this pickup. We believe shots were fired at the tires of this vehicle when he was stopped in that housing addition, Alex. That's hadn't been confirmed, but you saw live on from Bob Mills Sky News 9, the person draw that gun and shoot at the tires of that vehicle here. They tried to stop six. They were not successful with that. He took to the bar ditch on that one and was able to avoid the stop sticks. So he's now, okay, we got two more officers up ahead here. He is northbound on Pennsylvania. Show me that intersection real quick, Ben. To the left. So Pennsylvania and Southwest 149th. Okay, he's coming up to the two police officers here. He is slowing down. He knows they got stop sticks. People are getting off the road. People are okay. Now he's taken to the fields again in the front yards. So we'll see what happens here. He's yelling at the officers. He's yelling something at the officers. Boy, I tell you what, Alex, this gets more bizarre by the minute here. What's going on? So now he's south of Southwest 149th, east of Pennsylvania Avenue, in these homes where they have acreages with them and barns, and he is just driving around. What is the street scope? That's going to be South Virginia Avenue from south 149th, and he is going southbound on Virginia Avenue, which runs into a dead end. Well, that's right, Alex. That hasn't stopped him before, and okay, driver's side tire is flat, so evidently he did hit that tire with the gunshots. So the rear tire is flat on that vehicle, or going flat. So this is South Virginia Avenue, Oklahoma City. This is their pursuit again. They have black and whites all around the area. Air 1 is above the stolen vehicle here. So he's just sitting here now, but now he's going to move on. So I'm not sure, you know, Alex, exactly how many shots were fired into that vehicle or not. Or, you know, it looked like the person was firing at the tires, so I don't know if he fired any at the suspect or not. But we're trying to find out if that was an undercover officer or just a person that had a concealed carry or something here. But we'll try that, you know, like I said, people just join. This is all breaking news. This is all very fluid. So there's going to be stuff that comes out of this that we may not know yet or we may not be real sure about. So we just want people to know that. But this is a pursuit that has been going on for quite a while here. And it started out with looked like a 16-foot trailer being pulled by this stolen pickup. He lost that in this field way back south of I-240 on Air Depot when you run into the Oklahoma City police officer gun range, and it cut across the field there. The trailer came loose, and it's just been this pickup from there on. And now we are on, we went through Moore, we're now west of Moore, we're back into Oklahoma City. We are now east of Pennsylvania Avenue on a road called Virginia Drive, which is in a housing addition that you have have 2 or 3 to 5 acres with these homes out here. And he has just kind of come to a stop here, Alex. Like I said, the rear tire is flat. We have police officers up at the top of Virginia up north up here. Well, now he's going to go on here. And he's been on the phone. He's been on the cell phone with somebody, Alex, constantly talking to somebody on the phone. So I don't know who he's been talking to, but he has been on the phone. We saw him stop, you know, and lose the trailer, then stop and cut barbed wire off the truck, then stop and pull the toolbox out of the back and drag it over to the side. I mean, instead of just pulling out and leaving it in the road, he actually dragged it over to the side of the road and then get back in the car and come again. Now he's coming northbound again into the police officers here. So we'll see what happens here, Alex. The police officer's out of the car. Well, he's going to take into the fields again. Now he can make it back over to Pennsylvania Avenue from here. He just picks this little road up here. Now he's going to go back to Pennsylvania Avenue. So we'll see. He's going to go south on Pennsylvania. Okay, we got about 4 police officers sitting down here south of him right now. Looks like they may have stop sticks again, but he sees them. So he's stopping in the middle of the road, and we have, I believe we're going to have police officers coming up behind him. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, we got the 2 officers made it back onto Pennsylvania. They're going to be coming up behind him. So we'll see what happens here. Pennsylvania, I don't know if there's a little cross street down there that we can read, Ben, or not. But that's Pennsylvania now. So, right, and if you pan down just a little bit, you'll see the group of officers sitting right there. So he's trying to decide what he wants to do here. I mean, he's been able to go into the bar ditch on the side to avoid the stop sticks. But if he's riding on a flat tire, that truck is probably going to get to the point. They got guns drawn on him now. He's going to go off into the... Well, okay. He is still going to go southbound on Pennsylvania. Yep, we got, let's see here, we're still southbound Pennsylvania. Let's see, what do we got? That is Southwest 164th that we'll be coming up on.
Hey guys, I want to let you know that you're watching our stream here from FOX5DC. We're getting this in from Oklahoma, live police chase. The police are pursuing this pickup truck, and you're hearing some of the narration from the reporter in that chopper. Now, we don't really know why he's running. We've seen some guns drawn. We've seen some strips thrown out by the police, but the police have not been able to nab this guy or really shoot at his tires.
He's running with the flat right now. He's actually gaining a lot more speed than he was previously.
Because he was slow at first.
He was going around very slow around the corners, going in people's backyards, all over the. He went off-roading for a little bit.
And he's going at a sort of, you can see the tire seems to be out in the back. He's going at sort of a medium pace, which we think he's kind of conserving his gas and not flooring it, as we were joking about. But I will tell you, our newsroom is up in arms about it. They just ran to the monitors to watch this. So we're going to continue with this stream and let the reporter give us more details from the chopper, because he knows a little more about the roads, and we'll see how this all concludes. All right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, the doors come open. He's looking at his tire back there, so. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me with the way things been going that he don't stop try to change his tire on the truck there, Alex. I mean, he's done everything else with this vehicle, so. But like I said, Air 1 is still over it. The Oklahoma City police officers are hanging way back. Just kind of taking their time. I think they know at some point this vehicle, he's probably not going to be able to go very much farther on this vehicle. So they're just taking their time here and waiting for this truck to give it up here. Let's see, have we passed the road yet that the street scope has? We're still southbound Pennsylvania from 164th, Southwest 164th was the last major road that we crossed, so we're still southbound Pennsylvania. Right now, that's just regular traffic. We got two cars between him and the black and white. At least, you know, this is just really, really bizarre. Okay, now he's pulling over into this field. I have no clue what he's going to try, unless he's going to try to go. Well, now he's changed his mind. He's going to come back on to Pennsylvania. That's right, Alex. And I don't know if we got a crew going down to I-35. When we passed it again here this last time, they had the lanes northbound shut down at I-35 there. They may have been letting people by on one lane or shoulder, but it was shut down. When we came back across it into Moore here, I could look up and still see that I-35 was shut down going northbound there. Shut down completely, or shut down to where they were just letting them pass on the shoulder there. So I don't know if that person ended up being injured. Like I said, they did a great job of saving the car, because it happened right in front of me. I mean, Ben Smith he was watching the pursuit vehicle. I was watching what was going on other places, and that car went sideways one way, sideways the other way, almost hit head on into the concrete divider, but that driver was able to save it. It was miraculous that that driver pulled it out and was able to get that car stopped off into the side of the road there. So again, that was a near, could have been just a complete catastrophe right there on I-35 if that car would have flipped or hit that center median. But luckily it didn't. So, but the police did the right thing. Some police came through. The rest of the police stopped to make sure that driver was okay, and that's what they were doing up there right now. And then plus it'll be part of this investigation. If they ever get this person caught, that will be part of the charges and part of the investigation. So they would have to kind of treat that as a crime scene up there on I-35, because he did clip that car. So again, you see here we are from Pennsylvania. We are going eastbound across this field. Go to the right just a little bit, Ben. What was that road to the right? That's Indian Hills Road. So we are now north of Indian Hills Road, east of Pennsylvania, in this freshly planted field down here. And it looks like it may be kind of damp. So with a flat tire on a four-wheel drive truck, it's going to be kind of tough. here if that's pretty soft. But he is just sitting there now, so it looks like this may be a waiting game here, Alex. And like I said, he's been on the phone with somebody. Okay, I think he's had enough. He's figured the tire's flat. Oh yeah, he's upset because the tire's flat. But it looks like he's going to give up here now if the police can just get out there and get to him. Well, they're around. The trouble is, it looks like that field may be kind of damp, Alex. So we got a police officer south of him sitting there. So I don't think they want to drive out there just in case they get stuck. So somebody's probably going to have to walk out there and take him into custody. But we'll see what happens here. But it looks like he's figured that he's just finally exhausted all avenues here of trying to get away and has decided to give up. And like I said, and one reason was that citizen that you seen live for Bob Mills Scotty's 9 on the air shoot the rear tire of that truck and flatten the rear tire of that four-wheel drive. And so that kind of put a damper on things. He couldn't go quite as fast and really couldn't go where he wanted to. He avoided the stop sticks several times that police officers tried to throw out, but it has now come to rest here. And when we come around here, I'm not in position right now, but as we come around here, we'll show you where this ended up from street scope here, so people have an idea of exactly where this is. So Ben, as we pull around here, show that intersection. It'll be to your right. And from street scope, you can see that Pennsylvania Avenue to Indian Hills Road it's just northwest of that intersection. You know, and kind of a cool thing, if Greg's in the control room, what's kind of cool here is we show another street scope thing that if we hold this, we can actually put a ruler up, Alex, from Pennsylvania Avenue right there to where that truck is, and we can show you pretty much the exact distance where that truck came to rest from Pennsylvania Avenue to the middle of that field. So 940 feet is what they're telling me is where that pickup ended up, east of Pennsylvania Avenue. That is one of the great things about StreetScope, is that we have so many tools to provide the viewer with better information and even provide the police. You know, if this was a heavily wooded area, they couldn't see the truck, and that truck was sitting in a heavily treed area, we would be able to measure that from the road and triangulate it and give them an exact position of how many feet from the road that truck would be sitting if that was a completely wooded area and they couldn't see that pickup. So that's one of the great things with StreetScope that we have the opportunity to use in here. But again, it looks like the police are kind of parked down south there. You can see in the left-hand side of your screen to figure out what they're going to do here. Like I said, they have to be real cautious because there's no telling if this guy's got guns in the truck or what happened. So they don't want to just run up there on him. And he's kind of in an area where, you know, they got hay bales in between him and the truck, so they could actually go up to those hay bales, stay in cover, and not expose herself. But once you pass those hay bales, then you're wide open. So you don't know what that person has or what he's capable of, because as we've seen from this over an hour-long chase, he was completely unwilling to give up. So you just don't know what's going to happen here. So that's why it's going to take some time here. Looks like we've got one unit moving out here. That may be a four-wheel drive unit for the police department. And we got another one moving out. So, let me see as we come around. What's that one on the broad side there, Ben? As we come around here. There's his buddy turning. What does that say on the side? That looks like Oklahoma City PD, Alex, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Can you tell from where you are, Alex? Right. They have Pennsylvania. They got traffic pulled over on Pennsylvania. They still letting some traffic through, but the police are starting to shut down Pennsylvania to the west of that truck, just so people aren't driving by in case something does really go awry here and shots are exchanged. Since this is a wide open and farm country here, there's nothing to keep the bullets from flying all the way across Pennsylvania here if something was to happen here. So police are kind of clearing out Pennsylvania over here to my west. Right now they position themselves where they can see the driver and the truck better in the field. So, and like I said, Air 1, you see Air 1 right there still, he's in a low orbit now around that pickup. And he'll be able to tell officers if the suspect makes a move or anything like that, makes a gesture with his hands here. But he's now back in the pickup. He was outside the pickup. Okay, they might be Norman police, Alex. Like I'm setting right now, I'm setting just about 4.5 miles northwest of Westheimer Airport. So this may be in Norman proper here. I'm not sure, but it looked like when we come around there, it looked like Norman police officers. Looks like that may be an F-250 or F-350 Ford pickup truck. So it more than had the capability of going cross country and you know, through fields and stuff. But like I said, that tire being shot out really really diminished the performance of that truck. And people just looking at that truck now, you know, there was a big orange toolbox or yellow toolbox in the back of that thing, and he drug that out, drug that out, and then he stopped and cut the barbed wire off before that, cut the barbed wire off from around his truck from running through all the barbed wire fences. So, you know, this person was trying everything he could to get away, Alex. But like I said, we're sitting in this field here, just waiting to see what happens and what transpires. Like I said, the police officers are not going to push it, because as erratic as he's been, they don't know if there's a gun in that pickup, a rifle in that pickup, or whatever. All we saw, we thought it was a gun at first, but it looked like as we zoomed in, it was more he was talking on the cell phone to somebody, and that person, who he was talking to, is going to be real interesting to find out who he was talking to on that cell phone. But right now I'm looking up around here, Alex, and police are getting all around this field. They're stationing themselves up north of us, south of us, to the west of us. So basically they're surrounding this entire perimeter right now where this vehicle has come to rest. Well, that's right, Alex. Like I said, you know, you just don't know what he's got in that pickup. Like I said, for this, you know, we've been told this is a stolen pickup. There's a lot of stuff in that pickup, I can tell you that. We've watched him open up the back doors and dig through stuff. There was a lot of stuff in this pickup, along with tools and everything else. So I'm, you know, just speculating. That's my speculation, is that, you know, this is possibly a truck from a construction site, work site, somebody's work truck that's in construction or something, with all the tools and everything that we've seen come out of that truck. I mean, he was able to find a pair of fence wire cutters, fence pliers, to be able to cut the barbed wire off the truck when it was all tangled up. So, you know, it's just really amazing that this person went to all that effort to not be caught by the police officers. So, again, we're just in a standoff here, located at Pennsylvania Avenue and what did I say, Indian Hills Road there from StreetScope. So it's in this field northeast of that intersection. And it's basically just a standoff from here as police get in position, get people off the road, and we'll see what happens here, Alex. Yeah, it's you know it's a situation, Alex, where if you look where the officers are and where the car is, there's completely no cover for them. If there was an area where they could move up safely, you know, and not be exposed, they probably would. But you're in a situation now where if that person does have a rifle, or if he does have a handgun, and you're walking up to that vehicle, you have absolutely no place to go if he starts firing. So that's why they're being so cautious, because it's ended up in a situation where there's just too much exposure for the officers to walk up there and then not knowing exactly what's inside that pickup.
Hey guys, it's Molly and Terrence here watching from the newsroom. Guys, I will tell you, I just got this bag of chips because I'm literally watching this like a movie. Our whole newsroom just ran up to the assignment desk to watch it, and it looks like things have kind of settled in the sense that we're now at a standoff position. That's what the guy was saying in the chopper, and kind of time will tell until he loses fuel in that chopper, and then we may lose the feed. But we're gonna try to bring you this as long as we can. It sounds like he was sort of reporting back to his station, and we're kind of listening in to his coverage. Here we go.
You can see Pennsylvania Avenue there. We got more police officers arriving on scene. I think what they're trying to do is they've shut down the road now, and what they're trying to do is get civilians off the road and get them moved. And you see some vehicles pulled over on the side of the road there. So I think they're trying to get them to move or get them off the road. And they've kind of set up a perimeter all around this from Indian Hills to 164th to Pennsylvania to Indian Hills up to, I believe that's 164th. So they're getting in position here to
negotiate.
Really, the way this plays out, Alex, is they could either sit here and wait till this guy just decides to give up, which could be no telling when, a very long time, or they wait and gather enough officers, or SWAT comes out here and they approach the vehicle from all sides and stuff. So knowing that that person, if he came out with a gun, he could only shoot one direction, and all the other officers would have a clear shot at that point on the suspect. So that's the only thing. And like I said, this is all speculation on my part. Don't take any of it as a fact till you see it happen. But that's what I've seen enough of this over the years that I would think is probably what's being. Well, I guess he got tired of waiting. I guess he's going to try it again, Alex. Well, this is just unbelievable here now. Okay. So now we're going northbound in this field from Indian Hills Road east of Pennsylvania. Well, now he's going to turn back. Well, now I guess he's just decided to. Boy, it's hard to say what this person could be on something that we don't know about, Alex. I have no clue at this point. But he is now northbound in the field from Indian Hills Road going up, and I'm looking up northbound, and there's a fence across the north end of this field. It goes into another pasture or a fresh hay field that has just been baled. So he's just leaving. Boy, I tell you what, Alex, I'm getting where I don't know what to say anymore, because he's almost covered everything I could talk about here from running around so much. But like I said.
All right, that's our cue to kind of start chatting. Sounds like this reporter has talked about a lot throughout this chase, and we've seen his back left tire go flat. We've seen him try to get away a couple times, and just now, after a big stall, he just tried to do what we think is a donut or donuts in the field. I don't really know if that was why that was.
With flat tire, so his
and
shaking.
I'm seeing some of you guys comment too. You're like, well, how can he even do that with a flat tire? I don't know. Somehow he's still on the move here, and of course we don't know the roads like the reporter in the chopper does, but these are big areas, right, of field and long roads, and to close one off, it's the only route.
It's also dirt too, so that's how he's able to slide easily.
Okay.
If it was asphalt, then of course the rubber would have a lot of grip.
Yeah, really interesting. But there he is, still kicking in the driver's seat. We saw earlier, if you guys were on with us, we saw him draw a gun. We saw the police draw guns, and what looked like sniper type rifles.
He's still alive.
The strips were laid down a few times. He never went over them to kind of slow him. A lot of stuff kind of happened. So if you guys have been on with us, or if you're just joining us, welcome. If you're on our Facebook or YouTube stream, grab some popcorn and check us out on your lunch break. Because I know that's what a lot of you guys are doing, and that's what basically we're doing right now in our quiet newsroom, because this has been sort of the riling up of the newsroom. This has been the feat of the day, right?
Molly, this is some Grand Theft Auto type stuff happening right now.
If you could compare this to one video game, what would it be?
It's definitely Grand Theft Auto on the latest one.
We've seen this before. Look at this trio of cops here still hanging out and trying to, but look how far they actually are, because these are big expanses of land, right, in Oklahoma. If any of you guys are watching from the Great Plains or that area, let us know. You might know more about it. And I'm going to try to read some of your comments if you have any interesting thoughts.
Have you ever been around the Oklahoma City area?
I have not. I've been kind of close, but not really there or enough to even know it.
Well, any OKC Thunder fans, if you want to comment.
Yeah, chime
feel
in,
free.
guys. Watching from Tennessee, I got, okay. So some of you guys are all over. We're FOX5DC and FOX5DC's digital newsroom, guys, bringing this to you live on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to chime in, please do let us know your comments and what you're watching on. We'll check back in with this guy, I think, because I don't know, again, how long this chopper is going to be up. But he's pretty close. He's gotten some good close shots of this guy. Looks like he's standing still again.
How have they not gotten him yet? This is what I'm trying to find out.
Totally agree, too. This person that said he's messing up the field, like, we don't really know whose field that is or what it's used for. Is he sort of ruining
He's
the
ruining
fields?
somebody's crops.
Yeah.
This is outrageous.
So again, we know, guys, that police are chasing this pickup truck. Again, warning that this is raw chopper feed, so anything can happen. Viewer discretion is always advised in these cases. But what we're told is that they're in pursuit of this stolen pickup truck, and that's what we know. We have a little story posted right above this, or rather right below this stream. If you guys want to click on the web story, it gives a little more detail about what we know. And again, there's that wide shot view of the plains, the field. And like I said, showing you how sort of distant each road is to each other. The perpendicular roads that make up this sort of plains area are far. So to get anywhere, he's off-roading to kind of cut through these fields. Oh, cool. I got Mensa watching from Hamburg, Germany. Tambra, you're watching from Oklahoma City. Cool, you're right close by. Let us know what the mood is like there. Is this on every TV? That's my guess. But yeah, happy to be able to bring this to you online, guys, because it's probably the middle of your day and you're chilling and you want to check into what's happening. And this is kind of a movie-esque lunch break.
Very, very cinematic Friday.
It is. For a quiet newsroom right in the middle of the day, we got to get something riled up in here, and that's what we got.
Wow.
We can check back in to see if he knows a little more about what that is around him. Looks like sort of a large building, some houses.
See houses, pools, just fields. Just
Oh,
lots of
cool.
fields.
Romay watching from Estonia. Yeah.
Wow, international.
Wayne from Louisville. Shout out. How you doing? Marcos, the helicopter can definitely run out of fuel. Usually they go back and try to refuel if this is going to be an ongoing chase or shot that they need. And so we'll see what happens here. This has been up for quite a bit now. Looks like he's on the move slightly again.
He's going to
Oh,
run
he's
out of
getting
gas
out?
eventually.
It might be worth checking back into the reporter. I just wanted to see some of your comments here.
He's calling his lawyer.
All right.
Oh,
Christian watching
he's
from
gonna try to change
Columbus.
his tire.
Go Buckeyes. He's going to try to change it because the back one was flat, as we saw.
Wow.
He's far enough away from their
No.
pursuit, you don't think?
He's going to get caught.
Unless,
They're going to catch up right to him. He's going to have a tire iron in his hand. They're going to either shoot him or... who knows, man.
CHVF watching from Moore High School on your phone. Shout out. Definitely a great thing to watch on your phone, I think. Looks like the chopper is getting close. A lot more sunlight just picked up in there. Mario from San Diego. How you doing? Cool. Nice to always see the people in the DMV who are watching. You guys, we're here in Upper Northwest DC bringing you this on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're just checking in with us, welcome to our stream here. Not quite sure, but this is a pretty close shot. Chopper got
Very
close. They
close, yeah.
zoomed close, and looks like he's what he's looking for
Looking
here.
for some extra gas in the trunk.
Showing what Ford Tough really means, says Maurice.
Oh, nice.
We knew we had to have some of those truck puns.
Oh yeah. Why? How come these chases are always include a Ford? of
I
some
guess
vehicle?
so. Ford, Bill Ford Tough, man,
Bill
America.
Ford Tough, yeah, let's go.
Some people are saying, look, who's he calling to?
Shout out to Ford.
This is how you propose to your girlfriend. Love the jokes. You guys keep them coming, making this fun for us.
What is that, a Raptor? That's
But
just
it's
a
funny,
Ford
we
F-150.
see these chases, right, a good amount. LA, all over Pasadena, in northern, or rather outside of LA, and a lot of California chases. We don't often see this in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So this is kind of an interesting one. Getting it in, I think, from the Tulsa station, feeding this back. It looks like we're getting that wide shot. Let's see if let's turn his volume up, see if he's on the move.
And you see Western, there's an intersection right, drop down just a little bit. There's the intersection of Southwest 164th and Western, and right up at the top of your screen, left-hand corner, is Southmore High School. So that's where we sit right now. There's Southmore High School, and so I can see them doing that, Alex. And of course, that's not the only school around here, but that kind of gives the viewer reference to where we are. We're right in. That's northeast of us, and the intersection of Indian Hills and Pennsylvania is southwest of us. So we're sitting right in the middle. And that's where this vehicle has ended up here. So I can understand them because we just don't know what this guy is doing. I mean, he's been talking to somebody on the cell phone, Alex, and it almost looks like he was looking for a spare tire and a jack there to change the tire on this thing. And that's why he's so upset is he can't find a jack or anything to get to fix the tire on this Ford F2. It's either F250 or F350. I'm not sure, but it is a Ford. And so now he's started back up again. And he is on the northeast corner of this field, northeast of the intersection of Indian Hills. Well, for a minute there, I thought he was actually going to make a run at that fence. But I believe there's a.
All right, guys, we're checking back in with you. We're going to take this down. We just found out that Moore High School, where one of our viewers is actually watching from on his phone, is right by where this chase was. And Terrence, you were saying, I was like, why is he doing donuts? And you were like,
for style
points.
You gotta go out with a bang.
Gotta go with the bang if you're gonna get caught in the middle of a field in Oklahoma City. Look, this is a close up on the cop here with his guns drawn, and it looks like they're not so close. They're between that sort of area of trees, so there's definitely a barrier between them.
That's somebody's house
at this point. And then we saw the view of the high school. So shout out again to our viewers who are watching locally there, as well as locally here, guys, in the DMV.
Be safe out there, guys.
Yeah, of course,
stay
definitely.
in until this crazy man is.
The question is, some people wondering if he's inebriated or drunk. Who knows?
Somebody said dude's ordering pizza
Pizza, Domino's, 30 minutes or less.
He be in the field, man.
Yeah. Can you deliver to this group of trees in the middle of me and the
I'm right under the
police?
helicopter.
Right under the chopper's cam.
Oh, he's trying to run it.
Ooh.
Okay. This is truly some Grand Theft Auto-esque moves. Now he's just going in reverse.
Backing it up through the, wow.
You know, in Grand Theft Auto, when like the front of your car is too damaged, you have to use the back of your car before it catches on fire.
It's just like that.
Yeah, that's what he's doing right now.
Oh my goodness. It really is comparable to Grand Theft Auto because we think this is a stolen pickup truck. That's what we heard. We don't know, confirmed, guys. But for more details, of course, guys, the article right below this stream, check into that.
He's got about 5 stars on his head.
Oh my goodness.
The 5-star rating, out of 6.
This guy. There are some comparisons there. You can't really see it behind us, guys, but our newsroom is generally up at the assignment desk watching this on the big screen. We're here at the digital studio bringing this to our streams to make sure that you guys get it real time. I got Allison watching from Trenton, Michigan. Great. All right. Style points. All right, we'll check back in to see what they have to say, guys.
Right, you just don't know, Alex. I mean, he could be talking to his wife, girlfriend. I mean, maybe they could be talking to him and hey, give it up, or He could be talking to somebody that prompted him to steal this truck, and they're waiting for him, or he could be, talking to somebody about, hey, here I am. They're giving him directions and telling him which way to go from where he is. If you were a driver that didn't know where you were and you had that capability of getting somebody that's your accomplice on the other end and saying, hey, here I am, where do I go from this point? It almost seems like that sometimes, because he'll sit for a while, talk on the phone for quite a while, then he'll get in his truck and start moving. And he'll start moving towards a major street or major road here. So that's another possibility. And like I said, people listen to this. This is just all my speculation. This hadn't been confirmed or anything. That's what, we're trying to figure out, just like everybody else, what's going on up here. And because this has been a long pursuit for everybody, and for the three different police agencies involved with this, with two of those police agencies actually terminating their pursuit, and then another agency coming in and picking it up. So it's he's got a lot of people attracted out here right now, Alex.
All right, guys, the reporter is a little bit looking for the words, I guess, to say. He said a lot of what he's going to say, so we're going to come back in and kind of shout some of you guys out. I know a lot of you are watching from elsewhere. We had some viewers in Atlanta. Omar, quick shout out to Omar for liking our stream. And we're going to try to keep you updated with what's happening. It sounds like he's just in the middle of this field again still. And in between, right, the trees and the police, is that still what's happening?
Yes, it looks like he's on his lunch break. He's taking some time away from the police.
Yeah, I hope some of you guys can hang in there. I know a lot of you are on a quick break or just able to check in with your phone, but thank you. We do appreciate you guys watching our stream, whether it be Facebook or YouTube. If you want to sort of be part of our channel and see when we pop up for stuff like this, just click that button that says subscribe right below the stream. And for more details, we always update our web stories and all our platforms, so check it out right below this. You see that article that we posted. We're continuing to update it as this continues. And look, we're kind of in and out here to see sort of the wide scape of what's happening. Chopper's doing a really good job of zooming in and getting this.
How is he able to just find a special space, like random space in the field?
I don't know.
There are no cops near him. Are they waiting for him?
They're on this main strip here. He took the liberty, of course, of off-roading onto this field that isn't his, and we assume so. And a couple more cops there on the field.
They're just standing by. This is, man.
Shout out to Kofi watching from Ghana. Awesome. Great to have you on.
International
I know you guys
viewers
are all over the world, and we're here in Washington, D.C. FOX5DC's digital newsroom, guys. Molly and Terrence hanging out.
T.
We call him T.
T, the IT guy.
T does IT, so we have him down here fixing our stuff all the time.
Well, I wish I could fix this guy's tire. No,
Oh
I'm
my
just kidding.
goodness. Well, he did attempt to fix his own tire. We saw that. And we weren't quite sure if what he was going to do, because he knows, I think, he can't get away really with it flat like that.
Right. He's gonna like pass out eventually, you know.
Some viewers from Netherlands and in Europe, Lynn, Charleston, shout out.
Elk Grove.
Oxon Hill, close by. Oh, cool. Ashley, you're with Allison in Michigan. We heard from Allison earlier. Thank you guys for hanging out.
PG.
LA, Pasadena. Good to see everywhere, really. I know some of you guys are all over the country, so it's a different time for you guys. It's 1 o'clock p.m. here, Eastern time in D.C., and we're taking this in, which is Central time.
So yeah, he's just taking a break, I guess.
I wonder.
The engine is on right now. Is he wasting gas?
Good point.
What's
Good point. We were
happening
saying
right
that.
here?
Is he going to run out of gas first, or is the chopper going to run out? We don't know.
You wanna do a friendly wager?
I'm going to go chopper, because I'm surprised. Like I said, we've tracked these before. We've brought these live, and we've seen it where choppers are like, we got to go refuel and then come back to this, because this is going to be going on. So I'm actually surprised they haven't stood down yet. Yeah. Here he comes, coming out of his car, coming out of the pickup truck.
And
what's he going to do?
Sheesh. Alex is getting some fresh air.
Checking in with the sound here. We don't have much report coming from the chopper yet. If we do hear it, we'll bring it up.
He stopped again. It looks like the door may be, well, it looks like he's
white stuff
thinking about getting out. And now he's back in the vehicle. And like I said, this is in the northeast corner of this field where it ended up at east of Pennsylvania, north of South Indian Hills Road. I believe that's South 164th. That is up to the north of where the pickup is now as we pan back out, Southwest 164th. So he's closer to 164th now than he is to Indian Hills Road. But he stopped in his field again. And like I said, he's acting like he's going to get out, and he's got back in the truck, and it's moved, and it's just, he just refuses to give up. I mean, basically, Alex, this is a situation where there's only one ending to this, and that's either he's going to give up and be taken into custody. There's nothing else that can come out of this because there's just no place to go. I mean, there's so many police officers out here now all around these roads on Southwest 164th and Indian Hills and Pennsylvania that there's really no place to go, and he's cut himself off from being able to go back eastbound because there's kind of a ditch and a fence line there just to the east side of the truck, and I don't think he could make it through there with a flat tire, having a flat rear driver's side tire on that Ford F-250 or 350, whichever one it is, that he could make it through there. But we've seen him do other things. He may try it. He may sit here for a little bit and try it, but this is where everything has stopped moving for now, is between the Indian Hills Road and Southwest 164th, east of Pennsylvania Avenue here in this hayfield. So we're looking at nobody's moved up on him yet. Everyone is still over the top of him circling at this time. But we have seen no movement from any officers. So we got, looks like okay, that looks like that may be OKC PD there that has moved up into that plowed field there. So that's going to be south of him from where he is. And then we got police officers all along Southwest 164th that is north of him. And then of course they got Pennsylvania over to the west. And they pretty much got all the traffic shut down on Pennsylvania and not letting traffic come through on that. So we'll just see there's really nothing here to do now but just sit and wait, Alex, to see what transpires here. I don't know if maybe they're waiting for one of the SWAT teams together or whatever, or what they're doing. But again, he's sitting in an area again where you can't approach a truck just out in the open as an officer. You don't know what he's got. You don't know what's in the vehicle. You don't know if he has a rifle, handgun, or whatever, because you walk up to that vehicle, you're fully exposed, there's no cover or whatever. And like I said, I've seen these situations before where it's kind of ended like this, and I've seen them use a SWAT team to surround the vehicle and move in from all sides. That way, if the person comes out firing, then somebody in the circle or whatever has a clear shot to take that suspect out before possibly he injures anybody. But that's probably why they're taking their time to decide what to do with this driver, because he is unwilling to even surrender at this point. He is just sitting in the vehicle right now. Like I said, he gets out every now and then, and he'll get back in the vehicle, and he's always on the cell phone talking to somebody, and then he'll start moving around a little bit. But right now, I think pretty much he's kind of just ended his options here, Alex, but that's just my opinion.
Hey guys, we have some people commenting that the sound is not working on this feed, so hoping that we are coming through to you guys and you can hear us. I'm not quite sure, depending on what you're watching on. We're also on YouTube as well as our Facebook page, so whichever one you're watching on, we're here. We did just bring up the volume of the reporter in the chopper, and he's basically saying there isn't much more to go on with this. We kind of watch and wait now for this to end, and it can really only end in one way. He is apprehended by police, or something happens that is viewer discretion advisable, and the stream kind of eventually goes down. So we're hoping that we get into this before the chopper runs out of fuel, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get tired eventually, unless he has like some sort of underground layer that he can drive in.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna work. Or like a parking garage, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
When he goes in the parking garage and then a whole bunch come out.
Let us know which movie/video game you would compare this to the most, because that's what we've been chatting about.
I doubt he's that organized though. You need a lot of organization or organizing skills to do something that wild.
Oh, bummer. They are saying the sound isn't working, so we're gonna have to go down for a second.
No sound, we can't hear you.
If perchance you're on YouTube and it is working, guys, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll try to direct some of our viewers over to the YouTube channel. Might be working on a sound issue on Facebook, but all right, y'all. We're gonna hang out and watch this with you and bring you more. Hopefully, when we can effort the sound back.
We can sit here and speculate all day what the best thing to do is, but they're gonna, all they got right now, the officers has time on their, is in their favor. There's no place he can go. There's nothing he can do. The truck is pretty much, it's still drivable, but it has a flat tire on the rear, and we don't know what else the condition is that truck is, because he has drove through steel poles, fences, gates, everything else, ditches. So we don't know what the condition is of that truck except for the flat tire on back. It may be worse. There may be something broken that we don't know about, but it's all options have pretty much run out here. So now you're just in a waiting game, and that's in the police favor here, because there's really no place for him to go. But the last thing they want to do is put themselves in harm's way by walking through an open field up to a pickup that they know nothing about that suspect. That's right, Alex. And just a quick update here. The police have shut down Southwest 164th from Western to Pennsylvania. So they've shut that stretch of road down. They've also shut Indian Hills down between Pennsylvania and Western. So that is shut down now. It looks like traffic is still traveling on Western to the north and south. And it appears that they are still letting traffic move. Well, here we go again, Alex. He is on the move again, and it looks like he's trying to weigh his options up of going across that ditch right there, or that fence row, to see if he can get through it. So he may, it looks like, well, boy, at this point, it looks like he's going to go in reverse. Okay, now there, if he follows that road up there in that field, there's a set of metal gates. There's a set of metal gates at the north end of this. There is a police officer blocking the road there. So he is going backwards, so it looks to me like he's going to build up speed and go through this gate. They got the stop sticks ready for him. That is 164th. Southwest 164th. So it looked like he's looking. He's talking to somebody. So, okay, he's still kind of moving. He's holding on to something, Alex, that I can't see exactly what he's holding on to, but right. So he was yelling at somebody. There are police officers right there at the corner. It looked like he may be trying to go through those two metal gates right there that come out on Southwest 164th from this field, but there are officers right there. So, okay, we got OHP coming up now. So now OHP's got some of their people involved in this. That's right, Alex, and like I said, he's just sitting there still. Everyone's still circling here. So I don't know if he's talking to somebody or what is going on right now, but he's moved closer to the northeast corner of this field, and now he's just south of Southwest 164th between Pennsylvania and Western here, sitting in this hayfield. So, but anyway, the good thing is they have shut down Southwest 164th between Western Pennsylvania. They've shut down.
All right, guys, coming back at you, Molly, in the digital newsroom. I know if you're on YouTube, you can hear me. We are efforting a little bit of a sound issue on Facebook, so encouraging people hopefully to be watching on YouTube. But we're bringing it both to you as we continue to watch this police pursue the pickup truck. And sorry, dealing with some breaking news at the desk here, but we are going to keep this up as long as that chopper has gas and kind of keep covering what's going on here. Once again, we've seen this guy kind of in and out of his pickup truck. This is apparently a stolen pickup truck in Oklahoma City, and they've closed off some of these major roads that are surrounding the field area that this the suspect really has gone off-road onto. So that's what we're watching now, and not a ton to go from here. Again, I don't know the roads very well there, but the chopper is kind of giving us more of that information. And glad to see that some of you guys are able to watch this on YouTube. So hope that you're enjoying it for now. We're going to bring up the sound from them and continue to kind of chime back in, and we're working on the sound for Facebook. So thanks again for joining us here from FOX5DC's digital newsroom.
West Harbor Tower, Helicopter News 9. Yes, sir. We're about 4.5 to the northwest of you on this pursuit for quite some time. Would it be possible to get a hold of crews and have them hot fuel me if I come in there? No, I don't. $122.95, Roger, thank you. Cruise Aviation, Helicopter Sky News 9. Yes, sir, I'm sitting out here on this pursuit. We're in a standoff now, but I need fuel. Can you hot fuel me? Okay, roger that. Yeah, Greg, they won't hot fuel me though. That's the thing. I was going to try I'm going to try double AR at Will Rogers, see what I can do. $297. I need to go here. Okay, well, I'm just going to break for fuel then. I guess I have to go to Westheimer. All right, we're out. Oh. Well, Alex, looked like he took his seatbelt off there. He had his seatbelt on. It looks like he took his seatbelt off for some reason. So maybe this is going to, hopefully maybe this will come to an end. I don't know. But he's just pretty much relaxed in there, sitting in that truck, not doing anything. We are going to have to leave here shortly, Alex, and I'm going to have to leave it over to you and our ground crews here. But again, if people just joining us, this is a pursuit that's went on for probably, I don't know the exact time, Alex, now, but probably over 2 hours. And it has now come to rest in this field just south of Southwest 164th between Pennsylvania and Western, and where we have several police agencies involved with this now along Moore, Norman, Oklahoma City, and now the OHP. So right now it's in a standoff situation with this person in this truck, and we'll get back as soon as we can, Alex. Back to you. Roger that. And Westheimer Tower, News 9, we're inbound land on the ramp.
All right, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I know you can hear me. It sounds like the chopper has just about a minute left of fuel, and there it is. It's panning out right now, so it is going to be going down. If you're on Facebook, I'm going to be writing you a message because I know we're efforting some sound issues on that end. But thank you for joining us for this feed, guys. If he does come back out and we still continue to follow this police pursuit of the pickup truck in Oklahoma City, we'll make sure we bring that to you live. So thanks for joining us here. We're going to continue on YouTube with some other content in just a moment. But once again, chopper's going down for fuel, and we'll see where it goes from there. Thanks for watching.
Cruise Aviation News 9, I'd appreciate it if you'd be waiting on the ramp there for me. Oh, sorry. And Cruise Aviation News 9, I'd appreciate it if you could be on the ramp there waiting for me, and I'll shut down. And News 9, we're clear of 186 Center Line. Hey, Greg, do you have me? Yeah, I was going to say if they could call down here and just give them a number, man. That way I wouldn't have to run in there and wait for them to run the card. It's Cruise Aviation at the Westheimer Airport. Okay, roger that. Oh, man, 5. he's going to fuel first.
All right, what's up, YouTube? Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on our digital stream. Pretty exciting day in the newsroom here at FOX5DC. And if you were on with us for that stream, you were obviously catching the police pursuit of the pickup truck, the Ford, in the middle of the field in Oklahoma. So we're going to make sure we go back to that if we do have that shot up again. Unfortunately, as this happens, the chopper needed to refuel, so he gave us sort of a minute warning. And I appreciate all you guys as YouTube viewers, because it looks like everything worked. We were having some issues on sound on Facebook, but you can usually catch us here on YouTube. So I just want to tell you that if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, see the red button right below my face, this sort of box video. Click that button and be part of our community here, our channel. We bring you live and breaking news throughout the middle of the day, right here from our newsroom. So you can see behind me what's going on in the afternoon on a Friday, November 10th, going into Veterans Day weekend. And speaking of Veterans Day, guys, lots of stuff going on in the nation's capital for that. Today is actually Veterans Day observed, so some of you might actually be off, possibly not, but tomorrow is officially Veterans Day. And so we've had some stories that are related, of course, to vets and what various people in the community are doing to support veterans through this week and through this weekend. And yeah, we're going to be bringing you a really interesting package from one of our reporters, Bob, who's going to be here to speak with us a little bit more about his story, which is really moving. So before I transition to that, I just want to say hey and answer some of your questions if you have them. Trevor, unfortunately, the chase is not on right now. We lost that shot. We will bring it back if it comes back. So this is what happens when the chopper has to go refuel. It looks like they have sort of a shot, a still up of the chopper kind of pausing towards the end. So once he refuels and comes back, we'll try to bring that to you. And yeah, I'm gonna go probably change gears, I think, for now. So thank you guys for being loyal YouTube viewers. We're gonna bring you this Veterans Day package that I mentioned to you to kind of set the tone, a little more serious, get in the mood for the weekend, because it was a really interesting, inspiring, and moving package from, like I said, our reporter Bob, who worked on this week. Take a look and you'll see what I mean, and then we'll bring Bob over and kind of chat about it.
Of the Marine Barracks in Southeast with this story. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, Allison, good morning to you. Yes, today is the 242nd birthday of the Marine Corps, a sacred day for the Corps. One of the few and proud, part of a new generation of U.S. military veterans, says healing his war wounds is an ongoing process.
I went to New Jersey, to Maine, to New York, to Pennsylvania, to Ohio.
He traveled throughout the Midwest and Great Plains.
To Colorado, to Wyoming, to Montana, to Washington, to Oregon, California.
A 15,000-mile journey to reconnect with his Marine buddies.
I didn't want to wait till we were 60 or 70, so I'd made the effort to do it now, see each other, make sure everybody was doing okay, and really, you know, just do a check on them.
Wade Spann is a 34-year-old Iraq war veteran who grew up in Burke, Virginia.
This is Wilkinson, who I visited in New Jersey. We were good friends.
Wade says he suffered a traumatic brain injury in Fallujah in 2004 when his unarmed Humvee was blasted by a roadside bomb.
All of us got blown up together, actually, about a month after that photo was taken.
Now, 13 years later, and still suffering from post-traumatic stress, Spann says he decided to reach out to his Marine buddies to ask some questions.
I didn't go into like, hey, what's the most traumatic thing you've experienced, but more like, hey, what brings you happiness? Where do you see yourself? What advice would you give a veteran coming out of the military nowadays? This is my best friend from the Marines, John Staples.
Wade says he found him living in Youngstown, Ohio. Hadn't seen each other in 11 years.
It was powerful. You know, he was emotional. I was emotional. It was good to see him. I know he still needs to get some help and needs to get some care. He just needs to be more willing and understanding that we're there for him and that he deserves it.
Throughout his journey, Wade says he also experienced a great sense of loss.
This is Lieutenant Childers' gravesite in Wyoming.
Marine Lieutenant Shane Childers, the first casualty of the Iraq War.
Lieutenant Childers was in our battalion, Alpha Company. Happened about 400 meters to my right during the morning of the invasion of Iraq. You know, personally, that left an endearing mark in my life. And when I was in Colorado, I made the decision to drive up north to Wyoming, where he was laid to rest.
Some of the graves he visited were of friends who lost the war with themselves.
You get angry, you get upset, and you don't know how to express those emotions.
One of his Marine friends from Erie, Pennsylvania, took his own life in 2008.
As Marines, we're not supposed to quit. And I felt like, you know, he turned his back on us. But I can't put myself in his shoes, and I can't let that bring me down.
That's part of the reason why the GW grad left his job in IT sales last year to embark on his 3-month odyssey.
It filled me with purpose and filled me with an understanding that, you know, I might be looking for help and searching for meaning and purpose, but other guys are searching for it too.
Something for all of us to think about this Veterans Day. Wade says he's taken up meditation recently as another way to help ease some of his lingering pains, guys.
And so we're back in the digital studio now with Bob Barnard, who you just saw on camera. I'll also narrate that story. And
that was this morning outside the Marine Barracks, because today is the 242nd birthday of the Marine Corps, and it's a very special day if you're a Marine.
It is, and that's interesting how it coincides to Veterans Day.
And tomorrow being the official Veterans Day.
Just a really, we were all talking about this in the newsroom this morning, such a moving story, such a relevant story, of course, to this weekend. I want to know more sort of about what this was like for you to cover and sort of how you even heard about this story and how you got the idea.
We were set up. Terry Tolliver, one of our producers, had somehow been in touch with Wade, and so introduced us, and then Indira Levine, the photographer I work with all the time, the two of us went over there, I think it was Monday morning, and interviewed Wade. He shared with us the photos, obviously told us his story, and then during the course of the week we put the story together, and it ran last night and then again this morning. So I honestly don't know how one of our producers initially made contact with Wade, but what a special guy. I mean, 34 years old. Here's a guy who he had actually joined the Marines right before 9/11.
Wow.
So
long ago.
Yeah. So that was. I think he said it was like June of 2001. Of course, the attacks in September. He was already in the Marines, and he was there the initial wave going into Iraq back in March 2003, and was there in his company when that Lieutenant Childers, the first casualty of the Iraq War, was right there in his unit. He said that stuck with him. He did 3 tours. His second tour in Fallujah in 2004, he was wounded in that roadside bomb that I mentioned. He's got shrapnel in the back of his head.
Really?
But it was really before, like now we've heard about traumatic brain injuries in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. He said back then it still hadn't become a thing. So he was kind of patched up and sent right back in. And did a 3rd tour. We showed you the gravesite of Tim Saparsky, who sadly committed suicide in 2008, buried in Erie, Pennsylvania. Along his journey, Wade went by and visited his grave and met some of the Saparsky family. He said it was Tim who said, "Hey, come on back. Come on back." So he went and served. Wade did a 3rd tour in Iraq because of his buddy Saparsky, who, after he got back, had some struggles and ended up committing suicide. I think something like 20 suicides a day on average
the stats.
Among military veterans. And it's troublesome among the young, the more recent veterans like Wade, who are in their 20s and 30s. He's 34.
I wonder how, and he's young. I was just thinking about that.
So he did 3 tours, got out in 2005, went to GW, graduated from GW. He actually, for a while, did private security for the Army Corps of Engineers over in Iraq. He's one of these private security guys. Then came back and got into IT sales.
Interesting, yeah.
And that's what he left last summer of 2016 in August. So he started his 3-month cross-country trip in August of last summer, left his job in IT sales, and he was struggling. You could see how raw it is right there, just under the surface. So he'd been struggling, was curious how some of his military friends that he hadn't seen in 11, 12, 13 years were doing, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to go find out.
Wow.
I want to help myself out if I can and see if they need some help, and just maybe by reconnecting, we can help each other. And that's what he did. And that's the story kind of basically we told, is of this guy at a young age, 34, not wanting to wait till he's like 70 and retired, say, now let me reconnect.
Right.
Let's do it now.
Is that when he did that tour? I don't know if I caught this correctly. Is that when he found out that some of them had either committed suicide or done something else? Or
I think, he knew that Childers was the first casualty, so he went and visited that grave site that he took that picture of in Wyoming. So he knew that going in. He knew Saparsky had committed suicide. There was some friend, and I can't remember which one it was. There was a friend who he and his Marine buddies didn't find out about that buddy's suicide till 3 years later. He knew about it before he did this trip.
Okay.
But one of their good buddies that they fought in the war with, and then kind of went their own ways, had committed suicide, and they didn't know for another 3 years.
That's
and when
so
they found out, they were just
Right.
devastated.
Right.
that
It's
it
interesting
had
how they
happened.
lose touch like that.
You go on with your lives.
Yeah.
And that guy, John Staples, who's up in Youngstown, Ohio, who Wade says was his best friend, they hadn't been in touch in 11 years. Yeah, you're like, you could have someone who in our business, and I've got good guy friends I worked with years ago somewhere, and you're close because you're working together every day, and then you kind of go your own lives, and then you're like, man, I haven't talked to that person in so long. And that's kind of what's happened with them. Even though their jobs are obviously a lot more, life and death scenarios than we are ever in. But so they're like right on the lines with these guys, and then they get back home, and like a lot of us, kind of go their own way. And they said when he got out, it was kind of before 2004-5 was before the Facebook thing. So if you've lost touch, maybe some guys aren't on Facebook or whatever social media and try to reconnect. He said now it would be easier. If he was getting out now, you exchange all your information and easier to keep in touch. Back then it was still a little bit before the craziness of social media, and they did lose touch. But he found it very healing, and we had some of the photos on there of reconnecting with either the Marine buddies or their families, and just kind of filling each other up.
Yeah.
With some new hope, I guess.
It's amazing how social media has really changed that for us, of course. I like the local angle too, that he came to GW, and now where is he residing? What's his story?
Falls Church. He has an apartment in Falls Church. He's from Burke, Virginia. Did all his military duties, and then he's now living in. Well, then he came back, went to GW, so he lives in Falls Church. Graduated from GW in 2009. Did some of this other stuff, and now I'm not sure exactly if he knows what he's going to do going forward.
Yeah.
Get back into IT sales or whatever, but maybe I think he really wants to try to be there to help veterans like himself who are young and having a tough time sometimes.
Isn't that what a lot of them do now, is they know what they went through and now they're trying to help others?
Especially the new ones coming out, absolutely. And I, this statistic, I looked it up this morning because I just wanted to know as we approach Veterans Day, and this is more maybe a Memorial Day kind of thing, but in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, 6,800 military members have been killed, 6,800, and another 52,000 have been wounded. So he's one of them. I mean, he's
wounded badly.
He took shrapnel in the head, suffered a traumatic brain injury, still suffers from PTSD.
Yeah.
52,000 of our neighbors, brothers and sisters have been wounded, and 6,800 killed.
The numbers are really remarkable. What was the most? You had obviously longer conversation with him than we saw in the package.
We spent a lot of time. Yeah, we probably spent an hour or so with him. Sure.
What was really remarkable to you about him? What kind of stood out?
Well, what stood out, I think, is that like when you first meet him, like you would meet a veteran, he's all together, strong handshake, look you in the eye as a Marine would do, seems to have his stuff together, strong, sharp, and all that. And then the more you spend time, and then you hear the stories, and you're a caring person to listen to their stories. All of a sudden, oh my goodness, like that rawness is just under the surface. And then when he was talking about his buddy Tim Saparsky, who committed suicide and was kind of angry that as much for the fact that he killed himself as why didn't you reach out? I mean, why didn't you try to get help? And maybe he did. But that, so you see right underneath the surface, concerned about people who were so upset and having a tough time readjusting when they come back that they would take their own life, and that maybe they didn't reach out to the friends that they fought with to see if they could maybe help in any way. And then there's that emptiness of like, doggone it, maybe I could have done something or just been there or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I was fascinated by, the fact that Wade looks like a, tough, sharp, everything's together, and then you spend some time and you see the pictures and he tells the stories and you realize, oh my God, there's a lot of hurt there.
Yeah. Did you
There's
sense
still a lot of hurt
you
there.
sense a little bit of anger too, or just sadness, or
not anger with
anger.
the mission, not anger with the Marine Corps. If anything, frustration that others like himself are suffering, and while he has gotten a lot of help, he's gotten in, as I mentioned at the end there, into meditation, and he goes to the VA. Wade has done a lot to try to help himself, including this cross-country journey. That a lot of guys, one of his buddies has been in and out of jail and knows that there are resources out there and just hasn't really reached out to get the help. So I think anger in that there's not more that he can maybe do, and that his Marine buddies aren't doing to try to help themselves, because you got a long life ahead of you. I mean, some of these guys could live another 60 years, 50, 60 years, and they make it home alive and then have, for whatever reason, have difficulties, and some taking their lives. Again, 20 a day on average.
Yeah.
So I think that's his biggest frustration, maybe not anger that he has, is that he wishes he could do more to save more and help more.
Definitely an eye-opening story. I think really illuminating for what some people are going through, and obviously relevant to this weekend as we go into Veterans Day.
Because I think a lot of people think, Veterans Day, you go to the World War II Memorial, the Vietnam Memorial, and there are some great veterans that we salute and have for years. I think we forget there are guys walking around and gals in their 20s and 30s.
Oh yeah.
Who are veterans too, who are the World War II veteran of the 1950s and the Vietnam veteran of the 1980s that are here in our community, walking amongst us. That if you looked at him, you're like, that's a sharp guy. And if you spend some time, hey, how you doing actually? You'd find, oh my goodness, they could use some sympathy, some empathy, compassion, mentors. I didn't get that in the story, but one of the things that Wade said is that the youngest. Our youngest veterans could use mentors, older person, just to kind of look out for them and just kind of, if they know their story a little bit, kind of, they don't want a handout, but just a hand and be a mentor if you're in a situation between a family member or neighbor, friend of a friend, that you could help out in that way.
Absolutely, that's really powerful. That's really really interesting, because some
glad
of these
to
guys
tell it.
flying under the radar, like you said, you don't really know. You're walking down the street. Maybe they're inward about it. They don't really talk about it. Who knows?
There's the guy who's taking your order at the McDonald's, or he's
anywhere.
the TSA agent, or whatever, anything.
So true.
And you see him, you pass them, hey, thanks. You don't even know they're a veteran because they're not wearing anything necessarily that's saying I'm a veteran, but you find out they are, and they're not as necessarily strong as you might expect, because of what they saw and did and experienced fighting for us.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bob, for,
bet, Mom.
recounting that for us. And
my pleasure.
And we go into Veterans Day tomorrow with this on our minds, and it was a good one this morning. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks
very
so
much.
And this clown in Oklahoma is still
I
doing
know,
his
we're
thing.
back. You guys were wondering about this. Thanks. Bob's going to go off and do his stuff. We're going to go back now to Oklahoma because we've been watching this, guys. I think the chopper has...
a clown. Maybe he's not a
called
clown.
him clown. We don't really know.
We don't know.
Well, who's in there? We
Didn't
just...
mean to offend any real clowns. Sorry.
Thanks, Bob. We got the chopper up again on a different source, so I'm going to fire that up like we promised. Sounds like it came back. So we're going to go back there, guys. Back to Oklahoma City. Thanks for joining us for this little bit about Veterans Day, because we wanted to make sure we included this in the stream as we go into tomorrow. We're up for a little bit longer. We'll see how long we have this chase, and we'll go from there.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up, Alex. And like I said, we're back on scene. We're good for another 3 hours here if this thing decides to go 3 hours. So we're in good shape. But yeah, he has moved back down to the south end of this hayfield here, right where he crossed through the fence line from the planted plowed field. Police officers are moving that are south here, Ben. You can see them right there on the right-hand side. They are moving back, racing back to the west here, and leaving the one guy there. So I'm not sure what what's going to transpire here, Alex. But Andy and Jess have been doing a great job for filling in until we got back up here, man. And everybody's done a great job of keeping this bizarre pursuit and everything, keeping the public informed of exactly what's going on here, as this suspect is still in the pickup, still hasn't decided to give up after all the craziness that has been involved with this. The good thing, Alex, out of this whole thing is there hadn't been any injuries. I don't believe the person on I-35 was injured. I think there was more precaution, and then that will be also a crime scene once this person is taken into custody, because he did almost cause that wreck on I-35 around Southwest 82nd, 86th there. So again, you know, for people that are still watching this, the truck is still sitting there. He's still in the truck, and I guess I heard Alex that he is doing a Facebook Live now and asking for an attorney. Well, he's definitely going to need one after all this, but you know, he needs to just go ahead and just give it up, because there's absolutely no place to go from here. You know, a lot of these guys do this stuff just to make the police officers have to work and have to wait and spend their time instead of just knowing the final outcome of this thing is going to be him in custody and just giving it up and taking your medicine here. But again, he's still sitting in this field. The truck is stopped again, and we'll keep you updated as we.
All right, y'all, thanks for hanging on with us. Looks like we lost this shot just for a moment. There it is. So it might be in and out, a little bit shaky, but we're going to make sure we have it for you. And don't forget to let us know what you think, where you're watching from on our YouTube stream. We're solely on YouTube right now. And remember to become part of our channel. We bring you this type of stuff every day, Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock hour. I start at 11:30. We go into the afternoon, depending on the breaking news, of course. So here we go. We're back to this shot of the suspect in his pickup truck in the middle of this field. And again, I believe since this has been ongoing, these roads are still sort of blocked off.
We got a red light up here, Greg.
And we'll go back to the reporter to see what he has to say.
And, coming back up here just shortly. Okay, Alex, we got 3 police cruisers coming in from the west in this hayfield here. So you see where he's sitting, you can see them coming around right here, and they're coming over. So let's hope that this is going to be the end of this thing. I mean, let's hope they're going to come up here and the suspect's going to give up, because like I said, there's absolutely no place for this person to go. There's only one outcome out of this, and this is going to be him being taken into custody. It's been a crazy pursuit. Like you said, it went on for well over 2 hours. The truck is still moving slowly, but I mean, with that rear flat tire, there's really not much he can do. And it looks like an OHP trooper is the one that is going to come up here. Well, let's see if that's an OHP. Is that an OHP cruiser? Okay, that's the sheriff. So now we got the sheriffs involved in this, and this guy still don't want to give up. He is running from the sheriff, so now he's going to go southbound out of this hayfield. He's going to go back through to the planted field here. I don't know why they didn't follow him. Evidently, they didn't think their cars could cross that little drainage ditch there. But now he's traveling at a high rate of speed down this plowed field. Alex, this is just getting more bizarre by the minute here. I mean, this person just needs to give it up, else they need to just come out and get him and take him surround him, take him into custody or whatever. This is just becoming a cat and mouse game here. And like I said, this is between Pennsylvania Western Avenue. He's just south of Indian Hills, South Indian Hills Road now, south of Southwest 164th in this hayfield. And now he's moved off down here and just stopped again. So again, we'll see what happens. We thought maybe it was going to come to an end there, but this person just doesn't want to give up. And so I don't know exactly what's going to take place here. They have enough police officers out here now that they're pretty much got everything shut down. I mean, there's no place for him to go, Alex. There's just absolutely no place for him to go. So cover for the police officers. But you saw that sheriff's car get up pretty close to him. Debone him or something, or push him off to the side, but he didn't. So anyway, now we got, I don't know. We didn't see what sheriff was. So now we got even one more agency involved in this, Alex, is we've got the sheriff department, county sheriff in this. So might have been McLean County Sheriff, but I'm not sure. They can check on that. But again, everyone's still over the scene, still circling around him. Now he's come to a stop here in the middle of this.
Hey guys, to apologize, this video is a little choppy still for some reason, just how the video is, but notice the reporter was saying he has nowhere else to go. This has got to come to an end here. I think he secretly really wants this to end because he is possibly ready to be done covering it, but it is exciting nonetheless, and everyone in the newsroom is super thrilled about it, and I know you guys are too. Calex, you mentioned asking if he had a gun. You just joined the stream more than an hour ago. We did see him draw some type of handgun. Police were drawing even larger type of sniper rifles and whatnot. SWAT teams surrounding him. There were points where we thought it would all end, and then it didn't. So this has sort of been ongoing as he sort of jets across this field, makes donut loops, and then goes into other areas. It's really, really wild. It's possible that we also have another camera on the ground there, guys. So we're going to try to bring that up for you as well to give you complete coverage of this chase, because see, we have the blue right now, so it's in and out. I'm going to try to get some more, a little more of a shot for you.
Do you have our shot back, Alex? Okay. Okay, so now he's headed west. He's going over towards Pennsylvania. Okay, now from where I see on Pennsylvania, there's one police officer coming down the road. There's a police officer coming west to east on Indian Hills. Okay, he's going to make a turn here. Okay. Playing with the police officers. And he's headed back towards the hayfield. Okay, I don't know what he's going up here to this. Yeah, he may be losing part of the tire. I don't know, because that tire was, no, that's something out of the bed. It looks like maybe a tow rope or something. Okay, he's coming up to Indian Hills, South Indian Hills Road here. He's going to be getting on Indian Hills Road here pretty quick. Okay, you see the road right there? Okay, they hit him. They pitted him right there. Now he's headed back. This is incredible. This is incredible. They pitted him right there, but he was able to spin around and come out of it. Almost hit our own news unit down there. Jesse and Andy were down there on the ground. Almost hit our news unit as he came around there. Luckily, they were all right. But they need to put this to an end right now, Alex. He's headed back northbound across that field, back towards Southwest 164th. He's going to go through again, see if the police officer's going to do it. He's going to do it. Okay, so what do we got gathered up down here on Southwest 164th? So we have police officers.
This is better than NASCAR.
Guys, thanks for joining us here on the stream. Obviously, everyone in this room is so excited. We have the 2 shots for you, the ground shot and the chopper video, which seems to be stalling a little bit. There it is, back again. But it looks like he was surrounded for a second, and they actually hit his truck, and then he zoomed away. And you can see this is a pretty high-speed chase. The cops are really going fast through these dirt and hay fields as much as they can to pursue this vehicle. But like T was saying, this is a big truck
This is a massive
that
truck,
they
yeah.
need to apprehend. So it's not easy to even slow him down if they hit him.
So what they're gonna have to do is basically come from several angles
Mm-hmm.
and then try that.
It's a ground shot right here. Their news crew, like the chopper reporter mentioned, was almost part of that sort of collision on the side of the road. But I know I have my shots kind of in and out, so let's go back to this one. This is the chopper video zoomed in. We can kind of see the suspect there in his car. Some Iran saying this is better than NASCAR. Yeah, I don't disagree with you there.
Yup.
Don't disagree.
It's like cattle roping a F250. Yes.
Oh, look at that ground shot.
This is if this was Grand Theft Auto, he would have 4 stars right now.
Let's go
Going
double
to
shot.
5. So they're gonna call the SWAT soon with 6 stars. Oh, there you go. Pickup truck.
All right. Who's this? Let's get that.
Sheriff
Got to bring it big.
with a rifle. Wow. He's saying get out. And you didn't shoot him? Oh my God. They're
You're gonna shoot his tires
They're gonna shoot him.
or him?
Well, he just believes that the police officers aren't going to do anything, Alex. They may have to end this thing. I don't know.
What are they gonna do?
He's just pretty much decided that they're not going to bring it to an end. So he's just going to do what he needs to do to keep chasing everybody around all day. But right now we are north of Southwest 164th, east of 10,
Reversing.
in this farmer's field here. So now he's going backwards. We have an oil field workover crew down here. Okay. Maybe this will end it. Maybe this will end the whole thing right here. He's backed off into you didn't see that pond
He couldn't have seen that little
right there.
pond.
So maybe this will end it.
This has got to. Is he gonna get out on foot and run, or draw some type of handgun that we thought he had before?
The thing is stuck and he can't get out.
He's
but,
trying to look. You
he's
can
trying.
tell that
He's
his
still
tires are trying to
Alex.
spin.
He's still
Oh
trying
my
to get it out.
goodness.
He's trapped.
He didn't
And
see
stuff,
that
but they
little
need to get up
pond.
there and
He
get
blew
them
it.
surrounded right there and just,
Yeah, Kellex, I
do
agree
what
with
they
you. I
need
was
to do to
surprised
get this individual
he didn't
because
shoot out his tires. If that was their protocol, I don't know.
Our crew's in danger on the ground. He's put
You better-
police officers in danger.
Good luck. He keeps sinking.
and
The
That
more he
is
presses-
incredible. I had not seen an end to this like this before.
Well, hands
Close
up.
shot.
Put
Is
your
he
hands
putting
up,
his hands
man.
up or is he running?
Oh, they might shoot him if he don't put his hands up.
Yeah, good point. Gosh, that's
They might still shoot him
crazy.
if he puts
What's he
his hands
doing?
up.
I can't tell.
You gonna try to get on top of the
I can't tell.
Well, he's
wave the white flag?
Viewers saying game over. Is
Yeah,
it?
Game over.
Like this video game dictated.
It's gonna be like
What's he saying?
Weinstein in the front, like Grand Theft
He ain't going
Auto.
anywhere.
He said, "My bad, my bad.
But,
Sorry, guys. It's all right. Forgive me."
He's yelling something. That's a great close-up shot. There they go, pursuing him. They're gonna make him put his hands up, right? That is an incredible shot right there. Did not see that pond because he was in reverse.
Nope, that's
I don't
crazy.
believe he's armed or anything like that. So
Come
He's on
on.
foot. He's on foot.
yeah, he's just taunting the police.
What are they running
now.
through a brush?
Oh, now he wants to run. Okay.
Are they gonna get him?
Hope you got
Guys, once
stamina.
again, viewer discretion
So
is
we'll see
advised.
where
We
he goes
don't know
from
how
here.
these things end up. This is raw,
He really has
unedited
no
chopper
place to go. Air
video.
one is right over the
His
top
pants
of
are
him.
down. Pull your pants. Oh,
now he's going
another
back in the
puddle.
water.
He can- oh,
Is this
yeah,
guy? I can't. You can hear everybody in our room. Listen to the assignment desk, guys. This.
So
You're
now,
done,
now we
man.
got
Come on, bro.
He's putting it up.
You gotta.
we got another truck coming up here.
I do
another
wonder if he
sheriff's
has a
vehicle.
gun on
Looks
him
like
or if he
something
left
coming up
everything in the car.
If he
These
had a
guys
gun
are
on him, they would have
officer
shot
there.
him by now. I don't think he's armed. Oh,
Got taser pulled.
Tased him.
They tased him
That was a taser. He tased the suspect right
and
there.
they get him in handcuffs.
Alive.
Smart. That's what they should do, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad nobody
Suspect
had
is
to
down and they're taking him in custody.
kill
Boy, what a
anyone
day.
or
What an
nobody had to
afternoon,
die
Alex.
because of this.
What a day, guys. What a cover of this. It takes us just up to 2 o'clock Eastern time, and we'll let this roll out to sort of conclude our digital stream, our coverage today. Dude, I am riled up today. This was interesting, exciting, a little nerve-wracking. Also, like I mentioned, we just don't know how these ever will end, so we want to be careful with our viewers. I know you guys like to check in on this on YouTube. YouTube is for this type of stuff. It's open, it's unscripted, it's unending, it can go any way. There are certain platforms, of course, that we can't take just raw video to, so it's nice to be able to have this digital outlet for you guys, and also a happy ending in the sense that this came to a relatively non-violent end. Guns had been drawn throughout, but nothing overwhelmingly violent at the end.
Yeah. That's
Don't tase me, brah. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. I'm glad that this ended this way. It's a successful ending to the day, ending to the stream. Guys, you can continue, of course, to cover or to see our coverage on Fox 5 on digital, FOX5DC on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and here our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And then, of course, our broadcast as well. If you're in the DMV area, we continue on with our evening broadcasts through the dinner time hours and then the late night shows, 10, 11, 11:30. And into the weekend for this Veterans Day. So don't forget to check in with us because it's nonstop coverage. We get it all the time, including digital. We are on so much and only to be increased further as time goes on.
Yeah, keep watching. Come check us out.
Definitely check us out. My name is Molly Nevola. I'm here with Terrence Rosario, who is checking into the stream. He really just came by and was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "You gotta chat it up with me."
Yeah.
Here we go with the sort of the fallout of the handcuffing. Looks like he's awakened from his tased slumber. Benji, thanks for watching. Thanks for the shout out. Thank you, Iran, and some of our regulars. And feel free, Kellex, thanks for saying have a great weekend. You guys have a great weekend too. Feel free to become one of our regulars. Jump on the stream whenever you want. You'll get a pop-up on your phone when we start the stream for the day if you do become a subscriber. So don't forget to subscribe. And here we go. He's being walked off.
So let's talk about the ending. This guy blew it totally by reversing away from the cops.
And it was like a movie in that sense. I thought this would go on, and eventually it may get violent.
He didn't run out of gas. He still had gas. It was...
And amazingly, we got this after the chopper had to go back and refuel. It could have all happened while he was refueling, which was interesting. So we were able to put this back up. It took a little interim to talk to Bob Barnard about his Veterans Day story, which was awesome, and then get back to this, and there he is. Yeah, the pause thing was crazy.
Yeah.
I think in a sense, police kind of got lucky because they didn't see that coming.
They got very lucky.
I mean, were they gonna? Maybe they were gonna make a move or shoot out his tires, like some of you guys suggested, but we didn't see that.
They didn't shoot not even one time at this
guy. Was determined, like one of you guys said. Guy was determined. Police were determined too. And this could have been ongoing. Really active chat. Schultze, who's one of our guys on, good to see you. And thanks for joining in on the stream, guys. It's really fun to chat with each other and kind of unite. I know a lot of you guys are watching from all over the country, really, and even internationally. We had some international viewers today checking into Fox 5 Live here from DC's newsroom. So as he gets hauled off in this cop car, final thoughts, T?
I wonder how deep that puddle was, that swamp.
It looked relatively deep because remember the tires were spinning. He got out in it.
His tires were fully like.
And remember that's a large truck, so it's set off, and he was sort of standing.
It had to be a couple feet then, like two feet.
Multiple,
maybe
I would say
feet.
More, few,
Ooh.
If not more. And chopper will pan out there. Multiple cop cars. Look at this, surrounded. There's the big body of water, or whatever, the muddy, kind of murky creek that it is in the middle of that field.
Looks like a random swamp.
Hey, Schultze. Viola saying whoever was on the phone with him is going to jail. Yeah, that was the question. Was he streaming this to his own platforms?
Well, maybe he was talking to his lawyer, you know?
That's what some people said. I don't know.
That's what I would do if I was in that position.
This is an interesting shot, though, because you can kind of see which way the police went, how they gathered, and where he backed up into. Although, where is his truck now?
His truck is still
in that front of the creek?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was fully submerged in water by now.
Can you imagine what's in that water, too? I would not want to be around there. This is Oklahoma City, or in the area. 3 to 4 deep water and mud for sure. We can see the murky green. There's his truck. And just sort of entering the tip of that part of the body of water made him stop. He couldn't rotate his tires out of there.
Unbelievable.
Todd Kanan saying you're in Maryland. The coverage made my afternoon. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Todd. Hope we see you again on here.
Shout out to Todd. Glad we can make your day.
And
man.
Schulte, I know you came on later. I think what we're seeing is that this was a stolen pickup truck. We don't know more of his background, but we do have an article up on FOX5DC.com to kind of give more details, flesh out a little more details about what we do know about this police pursuit. Crazy, so many cop cars. Cops got lucky in the end, right?
Cops got lucky,
In a way.
or he just was very
He was
unlucky
unlucky.
and dumb, clearly. 'Cause
So crazy. Well, it was an exciting afternoon for sure. I was thinking it would be a tame Friday. You know, we talk about Veterans Day, we talk about some of the serious topics, which we still will and we still have. But this one kind of took over.
No shortage of surprises here.
No shortage ever. You never know what the days will bring, and that's why we hope that you join us again, guys, on Monday. I'll be back on Tuesday, actually. We'll have Mike do a nice little weather update at 11 a.m. on Monday, and then I'll do some more news starting Tuesday, 11:30, back here at Fox 5 Live. So don't forget to join us here and flag our site, flag our stream, and be part of our channel, because I love chatting with you every day. You never know. People are at work, people are at home. Maybe you have different hours. Maybe you're wherever you are in the nation. We go up 11:30 to 2 Eastern time, and there we go. So we'll take it back in. I think that's going to be it for that chopper video. Yeah, what did you guys think? I'm glad some of you guys had a really great afternoon from it. We had some nice hustle and bustle in the newsroom. Made for a fun Friday.
I'm very curious
Yeah.
as to the backstory. Like, why was he running?
I know, and
Was he armed? Somebody says that he probably threw the goods in the water to get rid of the evidence, but
of whatever he was
of whatever he
guns
could,
or whatever?
yeah, possibly guns, drugs.
I'm
it could be
curious to
anything.
find out more too. I know, basically, I'm going to click right now on our piece, and all we know really is that the pursuit began around 12 noon Oklahoma City time, guys, and they were led on a really wild chase through farmlands, back roads, and they were fast and slow at times, really. We were joking about him conserving gas, but there was a point where, that's right, there was a point where he stopped and removed a big yellow box from the back of his pickup, and everyone was kind of like, what is that? What's in the truck's bed? And then there were he pulled out a handgun, shots were then fired at the pickup. We know his tire was flat, which eventually kind of disallowed him from getting away faster and probably enabled him from getting into that water. Looks like the shot's back up as he's being hauled away in handcuffs. It sped away, and then it began this chase that lasted really over an hour, more than an hour.
2 hours,
police,
right?
yeah, more than that. Police unsuccessfully tried to stop him multiple times. Eventually, the pickup went flat, and there it is, tased, taken in, and there's the end. I know, there's the news crew.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the girl. They did get a news crew on the ground, and later we had sort of the duo shot, which was really interesting.
Oklahoma
Cool.
City.
Calix, thanks for your comment. Thank you guys for liking our coverage and for saying that you found it to be entertaining for your afternoon. Shot seems to be in and out now, so I'm not quite sure if it's going to be taken down. Viola saying, I want to know what was in the box. Only brings me to, what's in the box
Yeah,
from
what's in
7.
the box? What's in
Can
the
never
box?
not quote that when somebody's looking for something in a box. Plus, this is in the middle of a field. Anybody else see the comparison between the end of that movie? Never mind the fact that Kevin Spacey is the bad guy in there, and we don't even have to go into that
Nope.
because Kevin Spacey has been in the news a lot this week. But
Louis CK.
you'll see more on that in our featurey parts of our morning news, and as we continue to follow those allegations out of Hollywood. But all right, guys, Chopper, or that feed is in and out. So with that, we're gonna say, have a great weekend. Don't forget to thank a veteran tomorrow or today because it's Veterans Day observed. I'm Molly Nevola here in the digital with T. We're gonna roll it down for the afternoon and I'll see you on Tuesday. Mike Thomas will be back with some weather at 11 on Monday as we roll into the next week. So have a great weekend, guys. Be safe. Thank you for all your comments, and we hope to see you again. So don't forget to subscribe right here to Fox 5 Live. We're going to leave you with a gorgeous shot of the Capitol Dome here in DC, checking it out, what it looks like in our neck of the woods. All right, guys, we'll see you later.
Peace.